It's time to bring back BlackBerry, and you can help. Go to the link in the description in the comments for bringbackblackberry.com and sign the petition. So, this is real. It's a real website, and it was started by CrackBerry Kevin. Maybe you've heard of him. He's a good friend of mine. And I woke up the other day to a text message from CrackBerry Kevin. He's like, so I'm going to bring back BlackBerry. And that led to some interesting conversation for those of you who care about this. He's going to come on my channel, and hopefully next week we're going to record a video. We're going to talk about all this stuff. So, one, I can ask him direct questions so that y'all can, be involved in the process, and two, so he can lay out his strategy for what he wants to do with this. And if anybody can do it, it's him. And I will be doing my absolute best to try and support his efforts. So, bringbackblackberry.com. So, what is going on here? And why in the year 2025 does anybody still care about the frets and the keys and the legendary keyboard, right? Well, lots and lots of reasons. And I've been saying for the longest time that now is the best time more than ever to bring back BlackBerry. And it's clear that BlackBerry is not going to do that themselves, which is one of the reasons why CrackBerry Kevin is doing this. So, BlackBerry, they have exited the phone game. They don't make phones. They don't make hardware. They sold their patents. They've let go of all their people that used to do all this stuff. And if you've been living under a rock for the last, about a year and a half, 2 years, CrackBerry Kevin and Mr. Mobile, a.k.a. Michael Fisher, created the Clicks brand. And if this is a Clicks keyboard case, I would put it on my phone, but I'm recording with my iPhone right now. And what it is, it's an accessory keyboard case that connects to your iPhone. They've got it for the Pixel. They've got it for some other phones. And it's one of those things where it gives you that QWERTY keyboard experience with your phone. And the biggest problem has been, okay, how do we bring back keyboards? Because devices are hard, right? You can't just wake up one morning and be like, all right, I got $1 million. Let me try and bring back BlackBerry. Like, it doesn't work that way. And the hardest part, of course, is getting the name. And I think that's the big strategy that Kevin is trying to employ here. And that's why you need to sign the petition, to show your support, because it lends credence to what he's trying to do. And he's got connections with manufacturing development. He's got people who used to work with BlackBerry helping to make the Clicks keyboard cases, to make them as good as they are. That's one of the reasons why they're so great. They didn't just go, hey, couple people, y'all want to come work for me and we can make a keyboard case for an iPhone and some other phones? No, he has actual people that used to work with BlackBerry, who used to design this stuff. So, using what he's built off of his platform to create the Clicks brand, which has a lot of traction. There's a lot of people using these cases. A lot of people really like them. And I believe a statistic that's on the Bring Back BlackBerry petition said that like 40-something% of people using them have never even used a BlackBerry. They're iPhone people who just want a keyboard. And the wonderful thing about keyboards, they're precise, they're accurate, they're enjoyable to type on because you've got tactile feedback, and you've got muscle memory. You can type without looking. You've got shortcuts. You've got all these different things you can do. But what made BlackBerry so legendary was before the advent of basically doom scrolling and social media consumption, it was a communication platform. That's how they got started. The original ones was like an email device. And I remember when I got my first BlackBerry, which was my 7100G through AT&T, the very first consumer model they ever came out with. And I got that back, I believe, in 2005. And I was in love from then. I was waiting for them to go consumer for the longest time. Back then, my dad had been in the military for a long time, and he always had a BlackBerry because of his military position, and he was a commander, and like certain people in the military positions, they used to communicate with those. They were secure, they enabled communication, and you could get work done. And that was really the principle behind all of it, was secure, efficient communication, and being able to get work done. Now, the evolution of BlackBerry, of course, as we saw with the latest and greatest, like 2017, 2018, they made the Key 2 under the BlackBerry mobile licensing agreement. But there are some legendary phones, like this one right here, my BlackBerry Porsche P9983, based off of the BlackBerry Q10 model, which is, to this day, still, I think, the best smartphone keyboard ever made. I love typing on this thing, but the BlackBerry Classic, probably my favorite all-time normal BlackBerry phone. Any day of the week, I would go back to using one of these things. And I don't really feel like they worked, right? They worked great, and they did what they were intended to do. Now, there were a lot of missteps along the way. They missed out on the social media revolution, and they had a locked ecosystem, and they just didn't have apps. And that's what killed him. It wasn't the keyboard. BlackBerry did not die because of the physical keyboard. They died because people were like, "Well, I want Instagram, I want Pinterest, I want Facebook, I want all these things." And BlackBerry was like, "No, we're going to keep everything closed, locked down. We're going to keep it secured. People don't want that. People don't need that. They can use BlackBerry Messenger." And yeah, it just didn't work out. So whatever they tried to do the last couple of years, it was a giant failure. But not because people didn't want a keyboard phone. And there's still millions of people out there that want them. And I've been saying for the longest time, if we actually got a real BlackBerry back and it was priced right, it was made right, and it was available, people could use it, it was unlocked, and it had all the stuff you wanted on it, I think people would be really happy. There's been so much interest. And I am so grateful and thankful to the guys over at Unihertz that they keep making these phones. So this is the Unihertz Titan 2. This is not the Passport. This is not a 2012 phone. This is a new phone. And the Kickstarter, it's ongoing right now. They're supposed to start shipping these in October. Let me turn the brightness down so you can actually see this. So anyway, this is the petition on here, the bringbackblackberry.com. But there's a lot of interesting stuff on here. People have made content. There's been like this resurgence in interest for people who realize that there is a benefit to keyboard phones. And also there is this movement from minimalism to getting away from doom scrolling and getting away from all that stuff. I don't think that's really the avenue here. I mean, it is nice because if you have a phone that's more designed for communication, you've got a physical keyboard and all that stuff, you get in, you do the work and all that stuff, and then it's like, okay, you can still enjoy it as a normal consumer experience, but it's not like the minimal phone. Like the minimal phone, I think it's for people who really want to disconnect and digital detox. I don't think people who want a BlackBerry necessarily want a digital detox to that level. And I don't think that should be the purpose or the mission. But if you pick up some of these older BlackBerries and they don't have all the social media stuff on them, then people are using them kind of in that way. And to this day, gosh darn it, I love typing on a physical keyboard. I hate typing on regular phones, and I do it because that's what I have to do. But if I could get a BlackBerry back again, and if it was a legitimate phone and it had like decent hardware and it had good software support, heck yeah, it would be my daily driver again. And I mean, I would use the key too if I could get like Android 15 and modern security updates and patches and things like that. It doesn't have to be a Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. It can be like what Unihertz did and do like a Dimensity 7300. I mean, it could be any litany of combinations and stuff. There's so much good hardware that's out there now that it's easier to do it than ever. And yeah, I think that CrackBerry Kevin is the one to do it. It's funny, we actually talked about this. I don't want to divulge anything, but we talk sometimes. And I was like, man, it's like y'all need to make a phone. Like, I like what you're doing with the keyboard. If you can see what you've done here with the whole Motorola Razr thing, and people are calling it like the Moto Berry and all different things, it just brings back that experience. So I was like, you guys, somehow, some way, got to make a phone. It's like, I'd love to. I don't have the resources to do it, but by gosh, you need to do it. So it's funny because, I mean, he's the number one BlackBerry fan in the world. I'll never be the number one BlackBerry fan. I think I'm the number two. I may be the self-ordained number two. I've always considered myself the number two. And I feel like I kind of picked up where he left off years ago because I continued for years to cover a lot of the BlackBerry stuff, especially as it kind of aged out and people, really weren't, it just really wasn't supported that well anymore. But I still love BlackBerry. It's why I got started doing this. I remember when I first created my channel, and it was because I wanted to make BlackBerry phones videos, and it's because I wanted to make stuff about BlackBerry. I love BlackBerry. I've been passionate about it for, 15, 20 years now. I've been passionate about BlackBerry for 20 years. And I told my wife when I created my channel, my 5-year goal at the time, because I knew nothing about YouTube, I was like, in 5 years, hopefully I'll have like 20,000 subscribers, and BlackBerry will hopefully send me phones and I can cover them and I can make a lot of BlackBerry content because that's what I love. And of course, BlackBerry is gone now. I've been doing this for 7 years now and I have close to 200,000 subscribers. But that's one of the great things that I can do with this channel is make awareness for this and do my part to try and help get this petition off the ground, because what he's trying to do, at least from my understanding and reading his manifesto that he has listed on the bringbackblackberry.com, is to try and get enough that he can go to BlackBerry to try and get the name right to go ahead and use it and try and develop a phone that way on his own using his clicks experience and his company and all that other stuff. So we'll be able to hash more of this stuff out and when he and I talk, and we'll have a nice conversation, and y'all can watch us. Our plan is to do it next week, but he's an important, busy business person, and I am a middle-aged dude with a bunch of kids and half a hairline. So we're going to have to work on that, but tentatively the schedule is next week we're going to try and record. So I'm going to bring more stuff to you, but like I said, we need you to help make this happen. And this is the most legitimate effort, I think, probably the most realistic and legitimate effort at this point in time to move forward and to make this happen. I would love to make it happen. I would love to help support make it happen. And if we can bring back BlackBerry, that would be amazing. So sign the petition and stay tuned for more. Hit the like and subscribe button so you get updates on content and things like that. But it'll be a good conversation, and it'll shed some more light other than just my understanding here, and hopefully bring some more excitement and some hope to those of you who want the keys back. So that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all that stuff, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.